all I have to say is, drizzle, drizzle.
If that water wet, it's got gators in it.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Guys, the bottom line is this. BGS is right.
All right, good people. Punching the clock on a Monday, a holiday Monday. So I don't expect too many people here, but I'm punching the clock for a Monday. And it started to take off today because it's raining here. It's cool, and rain makes you kind of sleepy, and it's a good day to kind of chill out and drink something warm and watch catch up on my action pictures. Okay, I still got to watch the season 1 of The Jackal, and then a couple of other series I'm behind on. But anyhow, I just want to respond to this. This is I'm actually going to respond to Dr. Els. He did one today. I put the link of the video into the chat. Okay, I talked about what he doesn't understand about the red pill. Okay, or some things about the red pill don't make sense. Okay, so we're going to respond to that, and because I think when we get people coming in new, they're really purple pills, so they got a little blue mixed in them, and even though we've answered these questions like 1,000 times, right? You get new people coming in, especially my PhDs that are coming in from academics, coming in from the academic world, okay? And academic world is heavily feminist, okay? It is what it is, okay? And a lot of what they know about the red pill, I'm not going to say a lot, some of what they know, well, a lot of what they know about the red pill is still coming from females, okay? It's still coming from females. It's not coming directly from the source, even though as they get acclimated into the sphere, they start to know where the sources came from and why these ideas and these theories and these mores come into being. Okay, and once you're in here, you understand where the antecedents actually comes from, right? The seed comes from. Then it starts to make sense. Okay. I know a lot of red pill stuff that we talk about. It doesn't make a hill of beans or make much sense when you first see it or hear it, because that's not what they teach you in the blue pill world, okay? Because it doesn't make sense, because you don't read the books, you don't read the studies, you don't look at the charts that way, okay? But when you break down actually what the goddamn thing means with multiple sources, okay, wait a minute. These red pill Negroes or niggas, as FD Signifier puts us, okay, are very well studied, very well researched, okay, and very well grounded in what they believe and why they believe in it, okay? So, anyway, let's welcome some people, and then we'll get started, okay? That reminds me of one, okay?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Started, okay? Mel is batting first. Okay. Shannon Green batting second. Kenzie in red. What's going on, man? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Instant media batting cleanup. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never seen instant media as a cleanup hitter. All right. Hurricane Ja, Shannon Moore, Laveris, man. You need to start acing these tests, Laveris. Okay. Private broadcaster. What's going on? Laveris, you need to be making that 150K. All right. Duran, what's going on? Because I talked about 3 or 4 people, man. They're making within different fields, but they're making 200K, man. That should be you. Jaron Wilson, what's going on? Ahmed, what's going on? St. Trey, what's going on? We'll get. All right, this is the year to get Laveris out of the Waffle House, okay? Craig, what's going on? I'm beaming in on 69 from the planet Venus, right? Two Trill, what's going on? A6, she's just my groupie, okay? Eddie, what's happening? Mr. Behind yesterday, got to catch up. Too dang tired. We didn't even go that long. We went about maybe 3 hours, and most of the good stuff is right up front. So if you do about an hour and a half, you pretty much got the whole gist of it. Adric, what's going on? Little Maple Leaf, Kenneth, what's going on? Palm Beach Mike, what's happening? Scorpion Black, what's happening? Michael, what's going on? No Fear, what's happening? Paul, Michael, what's going on, man? Barry Hamilton, Indigo Flow. There's the link to the Dr. L's video. Jesse, what's going on? Mr. J Matt, what's happening? B Ro, what's happening? Age of Machines, what's going on? You covering that video? Yeah, I just watched it. So I said, normally I would let it settle, okay? But because I just like what Jeff talked about, they were talking about MGTOW and they were wrong. I just want to, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, I actually want to get actually want to get the facts straight. Luther, what's happening? Woo, Charles. Okay. May was mad with you, Charles. Okay. Shade Tree Therapy, what's happening? Gundam, what's going on? King Pix. The thing is, Charles, when they talk to you guys and they're addressing you guys, how come they always put my name in it? That's what I don't understand. King Pix, what's going on? Shade Tree, what's happening? Jay Flowers, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Smitty? Smitty Jeans, what's going on? No, I hope, man, we pray for rain in California, man, because we have to water the grass. Okay. Man, I remember one time, man, it did not, I shit you not, it did not rain for like 5 years. It was dry for 5 fucking years. Okay. That's what it's like in California. Thanos was right. What's going on? It should never give you Ashley Blokes YouTube. I wish she hadn't gotten mad with me, man, because I miss her. I do miss her. She's like a daughter to me. She's like a younger daughter to me. Moonlight Right, what's going on? I would think most guys who come here are no, not really. What are your thoughts on Looksmaxxing? Fair is fair. The women do it all the time. Okay, women do Looksmaxxing all the time. If that's what you feel you need to get where you need to go, I have no problem with it. Okay, you want to Looksmaxx and that's what you need to get what you need. I have no problem with Looksmaxxing. Okay, I don't think it should be an obsession. Okay, because most of female nature, if you want to actually do well with females, is between your ears. Okay, most of it. It's like them little short guys, little short chubby guys can get more women than tall, good looking guys. Okay, most of what the female with women, her eyeballs are just part of it. But the thing is, her ears are probably more important. It'd be just what you say, Octane. What Octane we say full-time day trader is. Not okay. If you're a full-time day trader, okay, a day trader could actually be anything, okay, because it doesn't matter, okay, that because you're not corporate, okay. Most day traders, most full-time day traders are probably 92s because they deal with paper. 100 octane is what? Wealth and fame. Okay. How many full-time day traders are you know that are famous? It is a holiday in the U.S. It's called President's Day. Yes. Prince, what's going on? Black Toxic, what's going on? AJ the good the vet, the go vet, is it AJ the go vet or go vet? Which one is it? W Hawkins, what's going on? Kelvin, what's happening? Havelock, what's happening? Yes. Plunder Rob, what's happening? Ron was talking about this. Okay. I heard some of it, but I haven't. I I haven't seen all of Rom's stuff, especially the if you got tell me which one it is, okay? Because I don't know which one it was. Was it the car? Which one was it? Um, uh, so I can go back and look at it. Hey, there's my black pill brother, Pimp Guy. What up, man? Pimp got to tell you, okay? He said the best way to get to a hoe is through her ears and not through her eyes, okay? Eyes are secondary, okay? Eyes might get her attracted, but there's a lot of ways to get to her eyes. There's a lot of ways to get to a woman, okay? Um, but basically to get to a woman's psyche, okay, there's two ways, okay. One is her ears, okay, what you put in her ears, and to solidify it is what's in her vagina. Okay, you got those two you have to nail down, okay. She'll deal with an ugly dude, an ugly short dude, if you can nail those two things down, right? What she hears, that makes her feel something, and what's between her legs. Those are the two things that will lock down a woman. A Grinch in the house, all right. Bam guy says bam, okay. Okay. So Looksmaxxing will help, okay. Looksmaxxing will help you bring them in, but thing is you want to lock them down, okay. It's what's between her ears and what's between her legs. There's a lot of pimps that are not attractive, that wouldn't be conventionally attractive. Okay, there's a lot of them. My Amazon account was closed, so I got to rebuy my Ron Reels book. Okay. Oh, you're talking about on Kindle. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about Kindle, man. If your books disappear if your account gets closed. So that's what I don't like about Kindle. They should, if you pay for it, they should let you keep it. Well, you can get in shape, but looks is part of it. Okay, looks is part of it. There's a lot of ways to slice the apple with women. Oh, you changed your name from AJC and Red. Okay, all right. Okay, very good. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this. It's Dr. L's, and this is there's no slight on Dr. L, so don't go over there, messing with him, okay? There's no slight on him. We can disagree, okay? And we can disagree, so don't go over there messing with him. But the thing is, and you got to remember, he's just getting into the red pill, okay? He's not. He hasn't done a deep dive into the red pill. If he was a red pill vet, a lot of this stuff would be he'd already know the answers to. Okay, let me speed it up just a tad. Yeah, we have 125 already. Okay, all right. These red pill arguments make no sense. Okay.
The following video here, what I'm about to make, I understand it's going to come from a very conservative point of view. I understand it's going to sound very prudish. Very stick in the mud-ish. It's going to sound like, very.
At least you know.
Religious, hyper-religious, whatever. I mean, You know, but I assure you, I'm not that way. I'm not overly conservative. You know, depending on what topic we're talking about, you know, whatever. But I'm certainly not that way. But I wanted to make this because, you know, this changing world that we live in. And I understand it's always been going on. I'm not ignorant to that. It's always been going on, always a thing. But I'm about to say, I understand it. But I just have a problem with it. Maybe it's being voiced so loudly, so clearly, with such force.
It's because it's being, the thing is, we're looking for it. It's always been voiced, okay? But you haven't had a megaphone like the internet before. So they're common people that you would never ever hear from, or classes of people that you would never ever hear from, have a platform to be heard. And then people hear it, and this stuff gets passed around. So you got to understand that that's the difference, right? Okay. What's the what's the good thing about social media? Everybody gets a voice. What's the bad thing about social media? Everybody gets a voice. Okay. So you got to take the good with the bad.
I just really have an issue. I take issue with that. So I want to play a video here. And there's two things really to address in this video. So we'll address them, but the second part of what I want to focus on more. Here we go.
Yeah, I really don't care. Nah, not me.
You should have.
Are you for real right now?
If we going on the first date, you should have told me you was on your period.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Not on my watch. Not on my blood. I don't gotta tell you nothing about what got going on in my body. Absolutely not.
You don't think if you going on the first date with a guy, you should tell me on your period?
That's actually insane. Why do I need to tell you if I'm on my period?
And number one, you got to understand. This is why I came out with octanes, right? Okay. I know people have never heard this before, but this is a very common thing with people that are, I would say, lower working class, and even what I call 85s, which is, you know, which is survival class, which is projects, ghetto, whatever you want to call them, right? Okay. This is very common. I've heard this before. You know, I heard this when I was young. I've heard this before. So let's get there, because you got to understand, you got to separate classes. I know in the Black community, we tend to compress class. Okay. White community would not. Got to understand this conversation. You know, if you're working class, or middle class, or middle working class and upwards, okay, this doesn't make sense to you, because you would not hear women talk like that normally in middle class, working class people and upwards. Okay, so because this is on the lower end, so that's number one.
What do you want to do with that information?
I mean, anything can happen.
Nah, you just want to snag. That's what happened.
No, it's not about that.
That's really the facts. Nah, that's really the facts.
How?
Most women would not go on a date on their period. Okay, most women know that there's a possibility of sex, and most women would not go on a date on their period. Okay, they wouldn't. They would tell you, hey, you know, I can't go because, you know, I got issues right now, so let's postpone it. And in that sense, he is correct. Okay. That's a little old school.
And this supposed to be a grown-ass man. Listen, this is a type of guy who's not accustomed to anything.
No, that's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit, okay? You go on a date, the possibility of sex is always on the table. And for a chick is willing to go on a date with you that's on her period, okay? Well, that tells you the kind of woman that you're going with, even though he shouldn't be arguing with her. Okay? If she's on a date with you, she's on her period, then that tells you all you need to know about that woman. But thing is, in the lower classes, okay, they're gonna go back and forth with each other. When with me, if she's on if I go on a date with her, okay, and she's on her period at the time, I'm saying we got to reevaluate that. Okay, you might not be the woman for me. It wouldn't be a conversation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's number one. So number one, I understand what he's saying. Okay, and this is, got to remember, this is lower class red pill. Okay, this is lower class pickup. Okay, and a lot of times with the red pill stuff and the pickup stuff, all this stuff gets confused. Okay, they talk about you ain't used to be women. You know, that shows you how little he knows about women. That's what he's showing, his ignorance. Okay, he's showing his ignorance about women.
If a man thinks a woman is obligated to sleep with him on the first date, so if she's on her period, that means she shouldn't go on that date. He's a lame.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. He didn't even say that, okay? And he's not a lame, because that's very common. That's very common. And people that are in the know, been around women and been around men and been around a lot of women, a lot of men, okay, and older women especially. You already know that. That shows you that what the hell he's saying. This is not even red pill, okay? This is not even red pill. This is I don't even know what this is, okay? This is low class player shit, okay?
And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. And I know this is gonna turn a lot of women off from Jeremy. If I go on a first date with any woman who's watching this video, understand something. On the first date, I'm already sleeping with another woman.
That's fine, okay? That's fine, okay? And that's very common, okay? That on a first date, okay, you're sleeping with another woman. That's fine. But that's not everybody. It's number one. And number two, you know, that's some low key. Well, that's supposed to be low key player shit. Okay, that you got a roster. That you got a roster. But even guys that are sleeping with other women, okay, chick ain't supposed to come dirty on your first date. Okay, she ain't. She's supposed to become clean. Just out of principle, she's supposed to come clean. She's supposed to come clean on your first date. She ain't supposed to come dirty on your first date.
I don't know you yet. You don't know me yet.
And if the thing is, why are you dating somebody you really don't know that well? Okay, how come you have? That's why I always tell guys, man, before you go pay for date one, man, at least talk to her on the phone for a week. Text back and forth for at least a week or two. Okay, talk to her at least 2 or 3 times on the phone before you even go on date one. Before you go on date one, at least get to know the person that you're going to be sitting across the table from. But you know, with these apps and all this hookup shit, all these apps and who up shit, that kind of stuff, basically, especially hookup culture, half of you know that sex is on the table from the first date, especially in this environment. And you come on a date dirty? Come on. It's no way. She had to tell you. What thing is, that has nothing to do with it, okay? Or you gonna know whether she was on a rag or not, okay? But evidently he found out. I don't know how he found out.
In my mind, you talking to some other dude already. So if I'm not expecting that I have to sleep with you because I already got that. I get that's covered.
So if you anticipate her dating another guy, okay, and you're sleeping with another woman, okay, then it's automatically, if you guys come together, it's a hookup. If you're already out there and you know that she's out there already, when you guys come together, it's a hookup. What are you dating for? Unless you're trying to add her to your roster.
That's covered already. I already got a situation already. What we doing? See, and you can lie and act like that's not a thing. Listen, I assume, and I could be wrong, with any woman I'm dealing with. If a first date, the first date, if I'm telling you, the first date, I don't know you, you don't know me. I think you smashed somebody already. I'm not thinking that.
But yeah, but one, there's two things. There's two things that will eliminate you from the dating pool with that guy, right? If you come with anything, if you come with a dirty vagina, okay, that's all that matters. You come with dirty vagina, like some other man's seed in you, or you come with with the sisterhood flowing, okay, that's dirty. Okay, that means she's not clean. And if she's not clean, then that tells you what you need to know about her. Okay, then you shouldn't take her seriously. Okay, I don't know why he's talking to her like that. I guess he thought she was something that she's not. That's none of your goddamn business, King Picks. What I had in my earlier life. Okay, I've let it be known. Okay, but the thing is, it's none of your goddamn business. Worry about your roster, okay?
off the back, you got to give it to me. That's not what I'm cool. But see, he's the type of guy that don't really got no pool, don't got no action, don't got no.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. What from that little interaction, he lets me know that he knows what's up. He's been around women before, because a simp or lame would have said, okay, baby, that's okay. I understand. It's our first date and things happen. It's bullshit. He's not a lame. Ain't no lame. He been around women. That's not gonna be upset. He's telling her, half of we came to the first date dirty. Are you fucking kidding me?
Nothing outside of that. So that's why he feels as though, oh, this woman gave me some attention, she got to give it to me. No, fam, that's not how that works. Now, y'all gonna hate what I just said. But that's how most people, when you get their number, they're smashing somebody off.
No, well, nowadays, maybe. Well, not really. Not really. Women go through dry phases just like everybody else, okay? So that's to say most people, okay? Most women do not have a fucking roster, okay? They don't. Now, if you go to 8, 9, and 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they probably have an extra. There's always somebody, right? But you go 6 and below, most of them don't have a roster, okay? Most of them do not have a roster. Most chicks are not. Most women are not dating 2, 3 guys simultaneously. They might date them one at a time, but they're not dating 3, 4 guys at once. Okay, they're not. Most of them are not. Okay. Now, will they cheat? Will they step out? There's a lot of them that will cheat at some point in time. If over a long-term relationship, they will cheat. Okay, but thing is, most women don't have a roster. Philip Redden. She presented him to herself file. Okay. Hey. Jervis, no all caps. Okay. Y'all chill out on all caps. Y'all know better. I mean, come on now. Y'all, these rules for the internet have been around for freaking 40 years, man. And all caps means shouting. And you guys grew up on the internet, and you guys don't know internet etiquette. Come on now. I'm an old man. We knew this back when I was in my 20s. I knew that all caps are shouting. That's not good internet etiquette. So stop with all caps. You guys, what it is with you young folks? Y'all grew up with a freaking device in your hand, okay? You guys grew up texting and all that kind of stuff, okay? And you guys don't know internet etiquette as grown people.
Already. That is a 1,000% fact. I said most people, the majority of the people that you approach, you get their number, they smashing somebody already, fam. Take these, be cool. And watch they lie in the comments. And that's why y'all go through so much, because you refuse to tell the truth. And I do. So like Jeremy, he's, oh my God, I can't believe I tell the truth. Y'all don't. And why you struggling with basic stuff, and you can't figure out what man lying to you, what woman lying to you, because y'all lie so much. I don't have a problem figuring out if a woman lying to me because I don't lie. Take deep.
Yeah, you do. No, motherfucker, yeah, you do. Stop. Okay? Stop. If you're a player, you ain't lied, you ain't a player, okay? It's bullshit. Anyway, that's bullshit. Number one, Dr. L's, these are lower class people, okay? Number 2, these are lower class red pill folks. And number 3, all the stuff he just said was all construed, okay? The dude talked about the peer was not a lame. That's like he was upset with her. He ain't no lame. When I first heard it, he said he ain't no lame. He pissed, okay? And we have no idea what their conversation was before the date. Okay? She could have been rizzing him and thinking that something was going to go down. We have no idea. Now, on principle, because I come from a different generation, on principle, I try not to sleep on the first day for a couple of reasons. One, okay, I really don't know you that well, okay? I want to make sure that things are flowing. Even though I have smashed on the first date, I'm not going to lie, okay? That has happened, probably more than I would like to admit. But the thing is, I try not to sleep on a first date, okay? Because I'm trying to get to know you better. Okay, because it's more, when I take you on a date, it's more serious. I'm not trying to, it ain't no hookup. It's not a smash and grab. Okay, smash and grab, hey, we go get something to eat. And then you know, then you might not even know my home address. So it's peace out from then on. So if I'm dating you, that's different. So we have no idea what the interaction was, just like he doesn't, because he ain't playing enough of it. We have no idea what went on before or went on after, okay, or what was said, okay. But the thing is, if she showed up to the date foul and dirty, he had a right to be upset. If he's as old school and red pill as he says he is, he'd have known that. But anyway, let's get into what the Dr. Ellis has to say.
All right, for the first part there, it's fairly simple, right? This guy is taking this woman out on this particular date, and you know, he's all upset. Granted, you know, he's all upset. Actually, there's three things we could probably address here. First is, of course,
King Pix, you want to come up and argue about this shit, man? Don't come up and argue about this shit. I said the first fucking date, man. What I'm saying, if I'm dating her, okay, sex on the first date is not a necessity, okay? If I'm dating her, it depends on what I want out of her. If I'm dating her, that's different. And most of my long-term relationships, I didn't have sex on the first date. Okay, there's a reason for that. One, as the pimp said, you don't want to get Georgia'd. Do you sleep with her on the first date? If you want to have her long term, pimps don't sleep with their hoe on the first date. Okay, pimps will tell you, pimps will go home months without sleeping with that broad because he's not after her coochie, he's after her mind. That's different. I'm not saying whether it is or whether it is or isn't. Okay, if that woman that you think is so virginal and so exceptional sleep with you on the first date, what are you gonna think about her? That's how come they don't sleep on the first date. Okay, what are you gonna think about her and all the other guys that she dated if she sleeps with you on the first date? So y'all, you guys, you know, I'm talking to civilians. I'm talking to civilians. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I won't say it's a breach of contract. The thing is, okay. I'll let you guys know what it is. Okay. If it's long term, I'm not talking short term. It's just a hookup. Okay. So hookup is one thing. Okay. Talking about long term. Okay. Long term, I turn it down on the first date or two. You know why? It's because I'm letting her know that what between her legs is the least important thing about her. And a lot of guys, y'all making the most important thing about her. Are we sexually compatible? That's probably the most important thing in a relationship. You know, it's probably like down to like fourth, okay? What you want is she psychologically and emotionally compatible with you? That's what you want to find out first, okay? And if you sleep with her, okay, then what she thinks is, okay, this is really what he wants. And all I have to do is throw this, dangle this out at him, and basically I can get him to do what I want, which is what hoes do. Which is why I turn it down. I've had women throw it at me on the first date. Nope, I don't want it. How come? What's wrong with me? Ain't nothing wrong with you. I don't want it. I don't want it on the first day. I want to get to know you. But I'm probably telling too much right now. I'm probably telling too much. Talk to the man. The fucking pimps will let you know. Okay, if number one, okay, sleep one on the first day before you really get to know her. Once you sleep with her, she thinks she owns you because she done paid. It's like sitting in a cab. Okay, you can sit and talk to the cab driver all day long until he pulls that meter down. Okay, and drives you someplace. Then you have to start paying. Y'all have to know how to play this shit, man. Anyway, continuing.
As I mentioned, the road we're going down is this woman is, has not told him, the guy, that she's on her cycle. Why this guy's making, it's obviously why he's making a big deal about this, because anything could happen. And, brother, you know what it is, man. I mean, just say it. You got to beat around the bush, man. Just say it. And you hopefully expecting some.
No, it's more, okay. It's more, he's Gen X, okay? So, so Gen X may or may not know this shit, okay? I don't care whether the woman is a virgin. I don't care if the woman's not going to sleep with you. She should not show up to your first date dirty. That tells you all you need to know about it. If she should not, I don't care whether you sleep with her or not, she should not show up to your first date dirty. That tells you what you need to know about it. That means she's not clean, okay? Anyway.
Some loving at the end of the night, right? So that's that. That doesn't need much explanation. I was kind of, if this is what you're expecting at the end of a night, the end of a date, man, you got
to. I'm not gonna belabor that, man. That should be self-explanatory. I actually talked about that for 5 minutes. I don't need to talk about it no more. Okay, come on, OG, catch up.
You should make that clear and plain up front, because in this day and time, you should not be wasting your time and money and effort on someone who's not going to give you what you need. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You're not going to get what you want, expect at the end of the date. That's on you, brother. I mean, we got to come. You got to come up in a certain way. You got to come up in a certain way of thinking. And this expectation. I'm not talking about whether it's right or wrong, whatever. But if this is what your expectation is, you got to make that clear. Listen, I'm not taking on a date if nothing's gonna happen. And let
see that when Gen X grew up, came up at a time, okay, where right during the middle of the sexual revolution, where sex was sex and compatibility actually got mixed up, okay? Where as long as I give him some sex, as long as I give him some box, that's all he needs. We're gonna trade loyalty and compatibility for sex, okay? So sex on a date is expected. That's what I'm dating for, okay? When I came up, we didn't date for sex. Sex was a byproduct, okay? We actually dated for the woman. Now hookup is different. But a hookup, we know what it was. And sometimes you took your hookup out, okay? And sometimes you didn't. But dating on a first date, okay, if it's a date instead of hookup. So I remember the change. So basically what this is Gen X thinking. Say I'm a boomer, okay? I'm a boomer. So what he's saying, I already know what he's saying, because that's old school shit, okay? It's very old school shit.
Then make that decision. And you, as ladies have said, you'd be surprised what you're gonna get if you just be upfront about it. Okay, be upfront about it. Second thing is, and that I'm inserting here, is that listen, this is foul, man. I mean, people are recording you. If I was going to date again, I would be like, listen, you touch your phone, because I don't know if you're recording me. I don't give consent to that. I don't give consent to this. Don't record me. Don't record my conversation. I don't give consent. I might have to start making people sign documents when they get in the car. All right, here we go. Before we.
Well, that cat's already out the bag. Okay. I said, especially, we're going to have to define the word dating, because I have to do it myself to get the truth out of people when they're dating someone, somebody hooking up or talking. Okay. It's basically, that's what the phone is for. Clarifying all that kind of crap. And unfortunately, women lie. And if you date her, you're out with her, okay? Unless she just had sex with a dude, you're not gonna know, because just like she'll lie to you on the phone, she's gonna lie to you on a date. You have no idea whether that chick is whether that chick is hooked up with another dude or not. Okay. Cities are too big, urban areas are too big. You're not gonna find it. Just like if you got another chick on the side someplace, she ain't gonna find out either. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is with the recording yourself or video recording or whatever it is. Okay, in a public place. I don't know exactly what the deal is with that. But thing is, the cat's out of the bag. Okay.
We continue this. Here's an NDA here, non-disclosure agreement. You got to sign this before we go any further. Just because I don't get consent for my image, likeness, voice to be on.
If you got that kind of money, that kind of jack, that kind of clout, man, do so. Okay. Most guys don't have that kind of jack. Okay. If they did, then dating would be much more simple. Okay.
Internet, unless I'm putting it there, and I don't want this dating experience to be up here. You might have to start considering doing that. I know that's extreme, but I'm just saying it's crazy. It's crazy out here. Next thing is the third thing is what I want to focus on. That was the second half of the particular video. But I guess his brother's name is Jeremy. He's got a pretty good following on different platforms. And I think he's right in the context of this is the way that the world is.
Charles, if that was the case, there would be a whole lot of people in jail behind recording their dates and stuff like that. Okay.
Again, here's where it's going to sound prudish of me, but I think that this repulses me. Let me say it like that. It repulses me what's going on out here. If you've been following my content, I told the story many times. The woman just told me that she had a friend with benefits, and others have told me, women are moving this way. Have always got somebody that they got on the low or in the quiet or whatever, and who's doing whatever. And I don't have a problem. I really don't have a problem with that. I mean, you do what you want to do, but the fact that you want to start meeting other people, and you want them to spend time with you, get to know you, spend money on you.
Well, that's what we called it. That's what they called it. Non-monogamy. Okay, and that's more of a thing now. Okay, where everybody's open about what they do in who they're dating, that kind of crap. Before, okay, you'd never know. She wouldn't say it. Okay, you wouldn't know. You could either assume or not assume. She wouldn't tell you. It's called ethical non-monogamy, and that's becoming a thing now. Okay, if I got 3 hookups or 2 other chicks in my rotation, and you got a couple of guys in your rotation, we decide to hook up. Okay, we put our cards on the table. But thinking nowadays, that's the thing. Okay, you're Gen X. Okay, you're in your 50s. Okay. That kind of stuff didn't go down. Well, that women wouldn't admit that kind of shit back when you were young. They might be doing it, but they wouldn't admit it. And women can be freshly pregnant and date you. You don't even know. Yeah. Well, kind of. If you know what to look for. Okay. Pregnant coochie's kind of hard to hide. Okay.
And you're still engaged sexually active with someone else. Repulses me, and I am not going to deal with that.
That's why it's best for women to be upfront so that you can say yes or no, yay or nay, which is ethical. Okay, instead of sneaking behind your back.
Someone, if I meet a young lady, and she says to me that she's dealing with somebody else, it's over. It's over for me. Conversation over. Game over. Conversation over. I'm not calling you. I've had a couple of ladies in the last couple of weeks. Couple weeks, couple months. Couple of ladies slid in my DMs on IG and told me that I got somebody, but it's nothing too serious. I don't like that.
Well, that's them being honest. I mean, you might not like to date her, but that's her being honest, okay, and giving you the respecting you enough that she tell you what's going on. So you can actually say yes or no. Otherwise, what you're going to do is, if this continues, women are going to start lying again. Okay. Do you want them to be honest or not? That's what it comes down to. And so when you first meet somebody, always have the expectation that they're talking to. Yeah, well, you should have that expectation because she's fresh. Okay. That's why it's don't ask, don't tell, right? Okay. If you want to meet her, I mean, if you really want to know, then you ask her. Okay. If you really want to know, ask her, are you dating anybody else? Okay, if it's really that important to you, you need to ask her, and you need to vet her. If it's really that important to you that she's not dating nobody else, you shouldn't be on no dating apps, okay? You should only get the women in your friend circle or your church circle or your work circle, okay? Where you can actually vet that woman over time. It's the only way you should do it, okay? It's the only way you can make sure that she's not dating extracurricularly outside, and even then you can't tell because you can have that 12 to 5 guy. Yes, they would. Well, you know what I'm saying is that that's what I'm saying. He's purple pill, right? He's still carrying over some blue pill with him, okay? And the thing is, you have a right to not want a chick that's dating somebody else, okay? But you'll respect her telling you the truth up front, and letting you, and letting you make the decision. And sometimes she might be worth dating. Who knows? It could be. It could be. If you want that chick, you want that chick, okay? And I told the chick, I don't care if it's 48 months or 48 minutes, okay? If I want you, I want you, and we'll work it. We'll work it out from there. If I want to be with that chick, I want to be with that chick. The rest of that shit don't matter. Same thing with you. You could have like a 100 girlfriends. That chick will climb over all those women to get to you. Okay. If she's really that chick, she's that chick. Okay. Look at Sierra. Okay. Okay. Say Sierra or somebody like her. Okay. And Sierra's dating somebody or dating a couple somebody. You have an opportunity to get her, or you can say, oh, Sierra's dating somebody, so I'm gonna bypass her. Bullshit. Okay. There's exceptions to every rule. But if that is your standard, I understand. Okay, you have a right to have that standard. Is that red pill? No, it's partly red pill. Red pill is about truth. Okay, if you're red pill, that's the truth. Okay, if you don't like the truth, then you don't like the truth. You want women to go back to lying about their body counts and lying about their dating stuff, because you're gonna find it out 3 months later, because that dude's gonna pop up and we figure out she's lying. And even back in the 70s and 80s, there was always a possibility. Okay, you don't even know who the woman really is until 3 months of being with her, and then all this shit will pop up. Okay, because she's lying to you. My bullshit.
Either to me, it's either end it or whatever. It's ended. You're not happy with this dude. If you have somebody else has sexual,
you know what it is? It's not your mouthpiece, okay? And this is something a woman of the past who's a gypsy, right? She's a gypsy from the Middle East, okay? And what she was telling me is women do not like to be judged, okay? So if you are a person have a personality that judge, she's not gonna tell you the truth, okay? She won't open up. But if the thing is, if you have a non-judgmental attitude, she'll open up to you. Your mouthpiece doesn't mean anything. The thing is your emotional attitude towards her. And I said, Mick said, all you got to do is look at her pics on IG and bring her out to those spots, and you will find out everything you need to know. In Central Texas, we tell soldiers to go on soliciting and selling sites. Well, that's true. That's another thing, okay? But I'm old school, man. Dating in your class eliminates most of these no bullshit. Some of the stuff it will eliminate, okay? So, like the thing with the period, okay? I don't know of any chick that's middle class and above that's actually gonna go on a date with a dude on a period, okay? I've never encountered it. I've never heard of it. And I've heard of it a couple times, but guess what? The women will turn up her nose. I can't tell you what they call that woman, okay? If they hear about it, okay? Everybody's not on the T app, okay?
Access to you. It's reprehensible to me that you would expect me to spend time on the phone with you, to video chat you, to get to know you, and I was thinking before, like I was thinking about this for a long time before I even saw this video. I was thinking, like, if you met somebody and they were dealing with somebody else, would it be okay if, okay, you don't spend money, but maybe just to walk in the park or whatever? I don't think none of that is okay.
Tell them, pimp guy. Tell them, hey, pimp guy, tell them, okay? Pimp guy, if I'm wrong about this shit, man, you have every right to weigh in and say, BGS, I disagree, okay? Because you are the expert. How do I know this? Is because bitches have told me stuff, okay? How do I know that? Is because they feel safe with you telling you stuff, okay? That's why. Come on, y'all catch up, okay? It depends on how bad you want to be with her, okay? So homeboy showed his lack of knowledge by calling homeboy lame for that, okay? It showed his lack of knowledge, okay? And and Dr. L is on the conservative side, okay? So I understand where he's coming from. But the red pill is about truth, okay? And I can't tell you, and we'll get to that about the 12 to 5 guy, okay? Ho ain't gonna tell you about about a 12 to 5 guy or her sneaky link or her cleanup man. She's not gonna tell you about that. Especially if you're a respectable guy. She can't tell you. If she wants you, she can't tell you about that. Okay? She's not gonna tell you. You may never know.
I'm repulsed by it 100% and completely. You were talking to this dude. You were talking to me, want to get to know me, and I got to put in time, effort, and energy, and this, that, and the other. And you are actively sleeping with somebody else, or even talking to someone else. Well, sleeping with somebody else. Let me just leave it there. I just.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that they don't, okay? And this might be a new thing, okay? What I'm saying is, okay, dude has a right to be upset because it shows you what kind of woman she is if she's going to on a date on her period, okay? If she got especially on a first date, if you've been dating her a while, that shit happens, okay? On a first date, okay, unless it's an accident, okay? No, he's not crying. He's conservative, okay? He's a very conservative man, okay? And he's just saying how he views the red pill, okay? And some of the things that goes on, especially in younger society, okay? And I'm just saying why I disagree. He has a right to feel that way. Said, be just dropping some dimes. I'm going to drop some dollars. Appreciate you, I am Jermaine. Now, what the thing is, you have a right to date whoever you want to date, okay? Under whatever condition you want to date them in, and with the kind of woman that you actually want to date, okay? You have a right to do that, but the thing is to ignore the truth of of the environment. Even back then, man, this stuff went on back in the 20s, in the 1920s, okay? This ain't new. This is not new. And after the birth control pill, it actually made it worse because she had a risk of actually getting pregnant. It's not new. I said my job when I was 18, LOL, my female manager looked at my face when I popped it open and said, yeah, that's what women really are like. Okay. Yeah, it could be. But most women would tell you if you go on a date like that, then you are, you're dirty.
I think that's reprehensible and repulsive. This is me. because I got to get to know you. I got to spend money. I got to take time, effort, energy to do all this stuff to get to know you. And somebody else is just having access to you at night or during the weekend, or you can't. If I meet you on a Tuesday and we start talking Wednesday, and I'm going to take you out on Friday. What have you done that Wednesday night, that Friday night? What are you going to do after the date? I don't understand how this became. I don't understand how this became.
If you have children, you should understand how it be. You came up during that time, man. You heard the music, okay? Gen X should know about this, is because this was happening when I was in my 20s, okay? Especially after the crack era. Now I don't know where Dr. Ells actually grew up, okay? Because it could have been a bubble, okay? A middle class bubble. But thing is, I don't know why this is so strange, okay? What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that kind of stuff is old school, okay? That kind of stuff is old school. Because if you're gonna go on a date with a man that you like, that means your body should be clean, okay?
An accepted thing. And I was thinking before that maybe it'll be okay if I don't spend money, again, just go for a walk. But I'm like, nah, I'm good with all that because I don't want to get to know you like that. Now there could be a flip side to that, because not maybe, but I'm looking for something, or want something serious. It's something to go someplace. Maybe just to deal with you as far as just recreational use only. Maybe if you just tell me that, okay, now I just know you
exactly
recreational use only.
Exactly,
because this
exactly that's another way you can actually flip it.
Because this other guy's getting recreational use because he's obviously not serious, because he's not serious in your mind, because you're out here giving people your Instagram, your number, and trying to get to know other people. So therefore, if he don't got to take you serious, why should I take you serious? Why should I take you serious?
That shit now she has to prove herself to you, okay? If that guy has access to her vagina, and to me, man, vagina is a commodity, okay? If all you want is vagina out of a woman, then you shouldn't be dating her, okay? You shouldn't be. She should be a hookup. If her body and her looks and her vagina is what you really want, then that's a different story. And she's a hookup. There's got to be more to her, which is the reason you're taking her on a date. Okay, I like this woman, I want to get to know this woman. I could possibly be in love with this woman. That's why I'm dating you. I'm not dating you because you got a vagina. In fact, most of my serious relationships, they had mediocre vagina. The vagina wasn't that good. Okay, it was all right, but I was dating them because of their vagina. You could get that anywhere. Okay, I could at the time, it was just sex, and what she looked like and how she carried herself and her background wouldn't fucking matter, okay? And then you wouldn't have to get to know her, because all she has to be is ready and clean. Then it wouldn't matter, okay? So her dating somebody else, okay, especially if she's just getting to know you, okay? Most people don't go through a purge, like a 2 or 3 months purge, or a month purge before the next guy. And black women actually do serial dating. So y'all, one, you have to consider the class of woman that you're dating. 2, you have to consider what you want out of a woman. And 3, just because she's dating a dude doesn't mean she's having sex with him. I think he's a knight mindset. He's gonna save them all. I don't think so. He comes from a different, I would say, from a different area and a slightly different culture. Okay, so he didn't he didn't come from the hood, or he didn't come from the rich folks, because even the rich folks, they tell you what he's talking about is bullshit, because them chicks are getting it in.
I find it to be absolutely reprehensible, disgusting, and I'm just totally repulsed by that. I'm totally, completely repulsed and repelled by that type of behavior.
Well, then that eliminates like 80% of the women. So, Can that woman be a reference on an application? Does she know how to know contractors? So can I make more money? Can she make my resume look better, or edit my college? There's a lot of reasons. Okay. No, I have no problem with them being religious or conservative. Okay, I'm not attacking his beliefs. Okay, what I'm saying is, if you're gonna put red pill in it, you got to do a red pill video. Okay, and the stuff he's talking about as far as his beliefs and stuff like that, that's blue pill stuff. That is solidly blue pill. So if you're going to bring a blue pill lens to a red pill space and a red pill situation, it's going to be reprehensible to you, okay? Because trust and believe, Pimp God and Cousin Tita, non-monogamy, ethical non-monogamy is a thing. It's a new thing, okay? Well, a lot of black women have been practicing non-ethical non-monogamy for years, okay? Anyway, let's do a little bit more of this, and then we're going to, I meant to play the whole thing, but if not, you can go to Dr. L's and see the rest of it if we don't finish it all. I just want to, there's some things I actually want to clear up, okay? I'm trying to get through it because there's a lot of stuff that he says that that is bringing a blue pill lens to the red pill.
I'll continue this in a moment. I got to get some gas. Yeah. I forgot exactly where I was, but my point is, I get that, things are changing, times change, and again,
like my Mississippi grandmother said, don't court a woman who you don't know how to take. In Mississippi Delta, you ain't shit. But the thing, he can tell you this is old school stuff. Okay, this is old. This is what your great grandmother would tell you about dating a guy. Okay, now before she went on a date, hey, you know what? Let's postpone because the river is flowing, and I don't feel comfortable dating you right now. That women feel comfortable dating you on their period tells you about the women, caliber of women nowadays. Okay, it really does. No, hey, in Mother Nature, calm down. All right, that's my boy. So calm down. Rodney can tell you the same thing.
Talking about serious relationships here. I'm not talking about people who just want to mess around. You just want to play around, just do whatever. Go. I'm not shaming anybody or whatever for that. You do you, right? You do you. But I'm talking about if you're looking for a relationship, and again, a guy has to put in all this effort to get to know you, and what somebody else is getting for free. That to me, that just hits me wrong. It hits me wring, and I don't want anything to do with that. I think you're going to get I think if you give anybody your number, and you're sexually active with another person, I just find that to be so problematic. I think it's just problematic. I'm not saying you meet a guy and then 2 days later you meet another guy. Give him your number. Okay, whatever. And by the way, I think the same thing about men. If you're doing that, right? You're sexually acting with somebody, you got somebody you just break off from time to time. Why would you try to get somebody else who's going to be something serious? I know people have arrangements. I know that. I'm not.
And the thing is, are you willing to give up that lifestyle to be in a monogamous relationship? Okay, for men, that's not unusual for men. Okay, this is not a Islamic country. Okay, very free flowing, sexual, liberated country, especially nowadays. Okay, so that's very common. It was common back when I was young. Okay, that's very common. To say that it's I understand if you're religious and you come from a religious cohort and around people that believe in the same thing, I get it. Okay, but the thing is, most of the world doesn't think that way. Hurricane Justice pedestrian, hit the like button. What I'm saying is, from that video, okay, if you're aware, then you could have broke down that video a completely different way. Okay, because and trying to mix him up with the red pill. Okay, number one, the guy don't know what the hell he's talking about. That's number one. Okay, number two, the other guy was talking about the chick with the period. Okay, that's old school. That's old school stuff. Okay, it had nothing to do with sex. No, what I'm saying is that, if you're going to talk to the broader world, okay. Now, what you believe personally, okay, within your group, that's one thing. If you're going to talk to people outside your group, you're going to have to open up a bit. Okay, this is what it is. And if you're going to be repulsed by this, you don't need to be in a red pill. Okay, you'll hear a lot of this crap, especially from the pickup artists. This stuff is very common.
I'm not unaware of that. People have arrangements, they have things that they're doing and whatever, So, but to me, it just hits me wrong when somebody else has just complete access to you at all times, And obviously, it's good enough, maybe not, mind blowing, but maybe it's good enough for you to continue to deal with this person. Good enough for that. Good enough, and you continue to deal with this person, continue to give them access, continue to let you see you naked and whatever, and somebody else has got to put in time, effort, energy. That just hits me wrong. That just hits me wrong. So, but let me know your thoughts and your opinions. I'm probably being an old fogey. I'm probably getting old, and I need to go sit on my rocking chair somewhere. Probably the case. Probably a truism. So, but that really just bothers me. It disturbs me. So.
And the thing is, let's talk about body count for a second, okay? Because I think he mentioned it, but I think he mentioned about body count. And the difference between a man's body count and a woman's body count. Let me play a little bit more. Maybe he mentioned it. Okay, maybe I missed it. Okay.
All right. So I had another thought here. Let me finish this off with a couple of things here. So if you are actively dealing with someone, I'm going to start asking that question. Are you sleeping with anyone? You still seeing your ex?
Now that's what you should ask. Okay, if it's that important to you, you should ask the question directly. Okay. Are you sleeping or seeing with somebody else? Okay, and give it the opportunity to actually tell you the truth. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. Okay.
Yes, that's why people ask the question. Yes, that's why people ask the question. Are you still sleeping with your ex? Do you have any sneaky links? Are you sleeping with anyone? Are you having sex with anyone? Right? Because that's how we won't sleep.
You should ask. Okay, if it's that important to you, you should ask.
Okay. Is anybody coming to see you? You have a 12 to 5 guy who's in by 12.
Yeah, out by 5. Yeah, you should ask. It's the 12 to 5 guys normally by upper middle class women. The 92s do 12 to 5 all the time. Okay. They have a cleanup man, a concubine. Very common. Very common. We'll talk about that. Because the thing is, the science is anything over 5. Okay, anything over 5 changes a woman. And some people say 3, some people say 5, 10 max, 10 bodies max. Okay, for a reason. We'll get into that.
By 5 a.m. You have anything like that, anything close or similar to that, and I'm not gonna take anybody on this date. Or, I'm not gonna take you on a date. That's certainly not gonna happen. I'm certainly not going to be paying for stuff. So, for something else that somebody else gets for free, it's wild to me. And again, I used to be thrown off by ladies who would, when I would meet somebody who'd never been on a date, had kids, no standards, low standards, and I got to, or another guy has to do this type of thing. It's just wild to me. So any type of sneaky links, I'm not going to deal with that. Finally, let me address this idea about, this third date type of thing. I've addressed this before a couple of other times, so this is not going to be anything new or revelatory, very, shockingly revealing and all that. But this whole idea about sleeping with women and then, from a male perspective,
DC, it depends on you. If she likes you enough, she wants to keep you, and she knows that you're not down with her sleeping around or having a bunch of guys or having a high body count, she ain't gonna tell you shit. Okay, She ain't gonna tell you shit. It depends on your personality. Okay, Dr. L, if she want Dr. L, she would not tell him shit. She'd lie her ass off to him. She wouldn't tell him shit.
You know, how many women you got and all this kind of stuff, and then expecting a virgin with 2 bodies or, you know, less than 3 bodies. But that makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I gotta go out here, you know, and I can get to have all the fun that I want as a dude, and then you want a woman who's not having as much fun. It makes no sense.
It does make sense. I'm gonna tell Dr. Els, okay, the book you need to read is The Alchemy of Love and Lust. Okay, it makes sense is because women have bonding hormones and men do not. And women lose their ability to bond after a certain amount of bodies. Okay, I think it's 5. Okay, so a woman with 10 bodies is not going to be the same woman that you would get if she only had 1 or 2. And I trust and believe I had low body count women. I've had high body count women. And there's a huge difference between a low body count woman and a high body count woman. There's a big difference. And you have to have the personality as you deal with a low body count versus high body count. The big difference. Because you start losing your ability to bond with your man and your children after 5 bodies, okay? Because you can build up a resistance to the bonding hormones. That's why men don't have the same hormones. That's how come a Chad can sleep with a 1,000 women and then settle down with 1 woman, because he doesn't bond the same way that a woman bonds. Sex is not going to make a man bond. Sex does not make men bond. Okay, men bond through their brains, not through their penis. That's how come prostitutes have to have a pimp or a dude that she'll mostly bond to first before she actually goes out and sells her body. Otherwise, she's gonna go nuts. That's how come a lot of renegade chicks are nuts. It's because you can't bond to every guy you have sex with. You're gonna go crazy. Actually, I'll find the book. There's about 13 different hormones that women use to bond with. Okay, oxytocin is just one of them. There's a reason that body count matters. That's why I tell women, if you got hard bodies, lie. Okay, if you have high body count, lie about it, because a man will psychologically think if you have more than 4 bodies or 5 bodies on you, he can't trust you. Okay, that he can't trust you. Because you don't have the ability to bond. And 9 times out of 10, he's right. A woman's got 9, 10, 15, 20 bodies. You can't trust her ass. So you have to be aware. Okay, she bears watching if she got more than 5 bodies. Okay, she gonna bear watching, and the more bodies she has, the more watching she bears. Okay. Well, they're gonna lie anyway. That's true. What I'm saying is, and most men go into a different line of thinking because of biology. Okay, his mentality is gonna shift from being from wife to jump off. Okay, I think the switch is between 5 and 10. You guys it might be higher for you guys. Okay, but the thing is, with us it was 5. If you got 5 dudes in your past, it means okay, you're on some other shit, and you're not the goddess of goodness and light. So I'm gonna treat you differently because you had so many bodies, and that stuff will dribble out over time. Okay, well, I remember I did this with this guy, and I remember I went here with that guy, and blah blah blah. You'll be able to, eventually it will come out. And then eventually you're gonna start comparing you to them. There's a big difference between a man having 20 bodies and a woman having 20 bodies. Big difference. The reason that it's so hard to get rid of my wife, I said, shut, if we break up, You will get bored. But if you worried, I'll stop by twice a week and fix. It would be interesting to see Dr. O, Pimp God, Cousin Tita, Tia San Johnson, countered the Gynocratic panel's questions, responses. Great show is anyway. Anyhow, but that's the last thing I wanted to get to is about the body count. Okay, I understand how he feels, and the thing is about this equality about bodies that comes from female thinking. Okay, men automatically. In fact, I asked Master Yao. I said, why is it so hard for me to get excited about a high body count woman? He said, because your penis has intelligence, okay? It's hard for me not to think of a high body count woman like, like a hoe. Very difficult. Very difficult to actually get close to her. It is because of that, okay? That's why I tell women, I said, if you're gonna talk about your ex, only talk about no more than 4. Because you're gonna change the way he thinks about you. Anyhow, let me get out of here. Like I said, Afro Merchant, pick up the book, the Alchemy of Love and Lust by Teresa Crenshaw, okay? And read the book, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about, okay? If you really need to know, okay, read that book, okay? She gives you all the details about how women's chemistry actually works, okay? It's actually a chemical problem. It's a medical and chemical reality about high body count, okay? And for multiple reasons, okay? That can mean a lot of things, okay? Back in the day when I was coming up, there was poo-pooed. If she was dating around a whole bunch of guys at the same time, it was poo-pooed. Unless she's really pretty or got a lot of money. And then it didn't matter. Women. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying whether you should date you should date when you're on your period or not. Okay, what I'm saying is the psychology of it. Okay, psychology of you doing that means, especially coming from the old school, it means you're dirty. You're fouled. Okay. And homeboy getting upset with you on a date with me while you're on your period, that means I have no respect for you. That's what you're telling him. I'm gonna bring a dirty body on first date, not a third, but a first date to you. I mean, that's a lack of respect. We seemingly have the inability to actually compartmentalize from a relationship. Okay, Will A.R., read the book. Read the fucking book. Stop theorizing. Stop trying to remix what I'm saying. Read the goddamn book, then come back and talk to me about it, all right? Read the goddamn book. It's a physical, biological thing. I'm not talking about your mentality, okay? It's a biological thing, okay? Read the goddamn book. Why do you think hookers go nuts? I've made my decision on being single since birth. All right, cool. I mean, I got no problem with that. That's not new, okay? It's not a new thing. A monkhood or being single and not marrying has been a thing around for 100,000 years. It's not new. Anyway, let me get out of here, and I will see you guys. Yeah, the 1,000. Yeah, stare. Exactly. It's a very real thing. Go back and look at Rollo Tomasi. He said that 2014, I think it was. It's a very real thing. And those are white boys saying that shit. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna give you the African, okay? And this is not to actually go against what Dr. Els is saying. He has a right to actually express his opinion. I like Dr. Els. I like him a lot. I actually agree with him way more than I actually disagree with him, okay? But the thing is, when it comes to the red pill, let's clear it up, and then you can actually agree or disagree. But let's be accurate about why things in the red pill are, okay? Same thing with Jeff talking about MGTOW, okay? The thing is, you can agree or disagree, but the thing is, be accurate, okay? There's a reason why these ideas in the red pill exist.
And with that, I just have two more words to say. Obama out.
Muzyka Denis 7.